Just to say that before I before we begin, I've got um, an in-person meeting in Pax Lodge, and that's on the 31st of January. Um, there may be a couple of other meetings as well. Um, there may be one in Amsterdam that we're discussing, and I'll let you know about that as it comes. And then there's a possibility of doing a residential in sometime April, May. So if people are interested, if there's anyone interested in that kind of thing, in a residential, be a few days. It will probably be out just outside London. Then just let me know if you can just either send me a WhatsApp or something, email or something. Then that'd be great. Just so that I know if about interest numbers. That would be great. Well, thank you guys for coming. Thank you. Lovely to see everyone. Um, I'm just going to do a few introductory comments, things, and then we can just start. Um, so all this wants to express, all there is here to express is simply that all there is what is. All there is just this. It's just immediacy. All there is just what seems to be happening. It isn't happening for anybody, and there is no message here. This is not a message for anyone. There isn't anyone. So there's no possibility that I can, this apparent body can offer something over there. There isn't anyone. There isn't anything here. There isn't anyone here, and there isn't anyone over there. There isn't an inside or an outside, a here or a there. There isn't a possibility of there being anything other than what is. There's just immediacy. What seems to happen in that just boundlessness in what is, in just what seems to happen is that there can be a sense of separateness. There can be a sense of a contraction. And that delivers a kind of whole cacophony of irritations, you might say, a sense of separateness, a sense that there is two-ness, a sense that there is an inside and an outside, that there is you and I, that there is all of this apparent there is all of this quality of separateness. There is a sense of separation. And what this is expressing is that that is an illusion. That sense of separateness is an illusion, but it's quite an illusion that seems to hold on. It seems to keep on creating a quality of separateness until it doesn't. There can be a total falling away of that. There can be a complete breaking down of that sense of separateness. And then all there is what is. That sense of separateness is the veil, is the quality of a feeling of two-ness. So this is a complete falling apart of that. This is a complete end of that tension. This is just relaxation. This is just an apparent a recognition that all there is nothing appearing to happen. It's only appearing to happen. There isn't anything happening. So we can talk about that. We can talk around that, let's say. We can talk around that. We can discuss But of course, there won't be anything that's found. There won't be anything that's understood because this is completely impossible to understand. There's nobody that can understand this at all.
Hi, David.
Hi, Anita. Hi,
I
how are you?
I enjoyed your the YouTube of your meeting in
Uh,
Brussels,
oh, good.
which is
Good.
really
I'm glad
gorgeous.
you
I
like.
recognize a lot,
Yes,
and it would be great if you can come to Amsterdam.
I'd love to. We're in process. I've
Wonderful.
got a great, really uh, lovely people helping me with that.
Yeah,
Johan and Peter and Nanda are doing some some things with that, so we're working on it. Yeah,
great, great. Looking forward to see you again.
yeah. You too. You too. Lee. Yeah.
Hi, David.
Hi. Hi, Lee. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Um, After last time I talked to you,
Hmm.
um, there's this sense of a openness,
Mm.
but somehow in that openness, there's always a center. There's always a sense of
There can
center, the
be.
tiny.
There isn't always a center, but there can
Have,
be there can be a sense of there being a center. When that body falls asleep, there's no center at all.
yeah.
Me is only apparent. It's not constant.
Hmm.
It wants to be, it wants to seem like it's very constant, but it isn't. It doesn't have any
Okay.
power at all.
Yeah, I realize that. I know that. There's only the sense of subtle centeredness, but it doesn't. Yeah, that like you said, that there's no power.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's just what seems to be going on there. It's just what seems to be happening. There's nothing to do with that.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, Katie.
Hey David, can you hear me okay?
I can. I can. How are you
Okay.
doing?
I'm doing good. I wanted to talk about yeah, there's a lot of thoughts about my relationship with my mom and like wanting to understand it, wanting to make it better somehow, but also recognizing it is what it is. Yeah. Kind of like maybe the me part of it is just wanting to know it or like yeah.
I mean, there's nothing you can do. There's just nothing you can do. There isn't something that you can do there that's going to make anything kind of better in that way. If it's going to fix something.
It seems sometimes that I can feel more peace around it with exploring other ways of thinking about it
Yeah,
or
sure. Yeah. No, that I mean that's sure, of course. You can rearrange the furniture of the situation, if you like. Yeah, that's yeah. But there's no resolution to be found. There isn't a resolution because there isn't you don't have anything. You don't have a mother. There isn't anyone.
Mm.
There's nothing there isn't anything there that can control relations.
It seems like when you say I can rearrange or furniture can be rearranged, like
Yeah, yeah.
it seems like I can do that.
Well, it's not even that. It's not you doing it. It's just essentially that body moving towards pleasure and away from pain. That's all that body does. And it can do so in any apparent situation, but it's not, nobody's doing that, is what I'm saying. It's not, there isn't anyone that can, you know, fix relationships.
Mhm. So even like doing something that's like
Yeah.
psychological related or somatic or whatever, um,
There's a
can be
belief
like
in
moving towards pleasure.
there's yeah, sorry, there's a belief in those things that I am able to get better, and that if I follow a set of principles that I can actually overcome something. Yeah, that's the idea. In any kind of psychological process or whatever, there's the idea that I have free will and choice, and that I can overcome certain situations or whatever. And what this is expressing is that quite simply, that's a sort of boycotting of a natural function of the body, which is just going towards pleasure and going away from pain. That's all that body does. It's just an automatic function. There isn't anybody required to do any of it.
Mm.
So it seems like that when you go to a therapist or whatever, that they are doing something,
Bin ich
and
doch.
that there's a process going on there that's
Es ist doch
it,
kalt da
it,
drüber. Muss ein bisschen wie hier schon
that
ziehen.
that there's a process going on there that you can that is being that you're being helped with, and that you're part of. But all of that really just sort of is a reinforcement of the idea that there's something that I can do. The best in a certain quality that seems to go on in those sort of situations is that that body is just allowed to express what it expresses,
Mm.
and there can be a kind of a quality of apparent rebalancing because of that, but that isn't because anybody's doing anything.
So is it maybe also like moving toward pleasure in a way? Like,
Well, you don't move towards pleasure, but there is an apparent move towards pleasure. Yeah. That body just naturally does it by itself. There isn't anything you need to do. There's anything that, well, it's impossible for you to do anything, in fact.
mm,
It just seems like that me takes ownership of that body's function. It's my heart beating. It's my breath. Is it? I mean, how does your heart beat? Are you involved in that process of making your heart beat or breathing or any of the functions of your system? Absolutely not. There isn't anyone doing anything.
yeah.
There's no free will, no choice. This is the end of choice. This is the end of free will. This is the end of the hope of being able to control everything.
It's a relief in a way.
Hmm. Yeah, can be. Or can be very annoying. That's the other thing.
Yeah, or like there can be more energy around, no, I do need to fix this, or yeah, yeah.
Yeah. and also that it's your fault and that it's your responsibility. That also kind of comes into it. This is my responsibility. It's my mother, my fault, my responsibility. I have to put energy into this relationship in order to get it right. You can't get it right, and it will never work. This is the end of things working.
Yeah, that's pretty clear because if I was actually in control, it wouldn't be this way.
Well, it's
Yeah.
just what's going on, you know.
Uh,
There isn't anything, there's nothing necessary for you from you. There's nothing that you need to do, that you need to resolve. You know, the burden's off.
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, David. It's Ben here.
Hi Ben, hi, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good, good to see you.
Yeah, lovely to see you. Yeah, I guess I just had a kind of a question, which is, I suppose for for the longest time, it feels like, a lot of my life has been devoted to kind of like making sure that there was like time filled in, that there was no gaps, if you like, because they were
Yeah, yeah,
and or that it was structured, or I had this to do or that to do, or do you know what I mean?
yeah,
And then, and I had this feeling recently that well, I don't know, it felt like that's because all there is emptiness. Like, it was just like a kind of a feeling around that, not a kind of knowing, but just kind of like a sense, if you like. And
Well, I mean, I think if there's a constant sort of trying to do something,
yeah.
often it's in a way a kind of avoidance of that sense that all there is this, and that's in a way quite threatening to
Mm.
a kind of me and the life of me because it sort of renders that to zero. So it's sort of it's sort of it's me doesn't want to hear that stuff, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And, but then there's a thought like, oh, well, maybe if I can just sit with that discomfort, then it's going to, do you know what I mean? Then it will be a way in, if you like. Not that I do that, but
Yeah,
is that,
yeah,
yeah,
no, but that's a kind of classic like, I'm going to find a way in this
yeah,
way. There's
yeah,
always me's always looking for a way in. There
yeah,
isn't a way into everything because it's
yeah,
already everything.
yeah.
You can't creep up on everything,
Yeah.
you know. So it's already what it is. It's already this. There's
Yeah.
no need to find anything. It's already this.
Okay. Yeah. 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 Lovely. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, David.
Thanks, Ben. Yeah, thank you. Hi, Lee.
I remember in the last meeting, in the end, someone said it was the end of a separation. And
Yeah,
then the knees that, I mean, here, it just do the same thing, start to creep in into this end of separation, just trying to find what the end of separation feels.
yeah, yeah. Of course. Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
typical.
well, yeah, exactly. Whatever,
It's a typical.
whatever is said, me wants to kind of latch onto that and turn
Yeah.
it into something.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
mean,
It's just
again, this could just be sitting in silence, and then all that goes on is me turns that into, oh, that must be how you get into being
yes.
free of me by just in
Yes.
silence.
Yeah.
It's
I think
just silence, silence, words. It's all the same. There isn't anything.
mm, yeah. This this is really you cannot talk about this.
No, no.
It's yeah, it's just And then people, yeah, I mean, the me is just whatever the language, they hear, they just
Yeah.
try to latch onto it, trying to latch onto it, to
Yeah.
trying to survive a little longer.
Yeah, yeah. In a way, I mean, it's not. It doesn't have a kind of. It's not something where there's a sort of personality there. It's just a sort of mechanism. It's a sort of
Mm,
grabbing, a contraction, a quality of contraction.
mm, mm,
That's
mm,
all.
mm,
That's all that's going on there. It's just a sort of state of contraction. Apparently, it's not real.
mm.
There's nothing that's real. It's just what seems to be happening.
It's not real. Can you talk a little bit more about it's not real?
Well, there's nothing real. There's just the sense of separateness is also not real, but there's nothing that is real, absolute, separate, and separate bits. All there
Mm,
is what is. There isn't
mm.
any separation. There's just what is. All there is
Yeah,
energy, if you like.
yeah, yeah. It just cannot be any separation.
No, it's impossible.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, Joey.
There I am. Sorry. Hi everybody. Hey. Yeah, I was gonna I guess with so far, hey Mr. David. Yeah, this is great as always. I was gonna say your answer is kind of like I guess in that way, we there can be so many very real personal things that come up, of how to deal with this, how to deal with that. And in that way that the I think someone used the word everything, are kind of, and then you shared your words, your wisdom on, a perspective of,
Hang on. I don't have any wisdom. Okay, this isn't coming from any kind of wisdom whatsoever. Can you ask what question you have exactly?
you want me to go into a question? Yeah,
If possible, please. Yeah.
well, yeah, I mean, I guess, um, yeah, what would be, I guess, what would be well, I know I wasn't expecting to ask questions. I'm kind of caught off guard, but yeah, I was going to say, I mean, is it true that the best way to deal with any problem or issue is to start with um, this kind of that awareness isn't separation, right? That awareness isn't something that has the quality of the problem or can have problems in it. Would you agree with that? That being in that starting place with dealing with any kind of issue or personal problem is
So there
good?
is there is no personal problems. There is no awareness at all. All of that is just part of the illusion of separation.
Well, I mean, there has to be awareness for us to
No,
experience.
no, there's no awareness. That's the sort of central part of the illusion, if you like, that there is a sense of two-ness and there is something looking at something else. One, two. This is dualism. So it's the basis upon which everything is sort of everything that is being discussed here is really pointing out that actually awareness is the primary illusion.
Ah, hmm. Yeah, I mean, in that way, I can, yeah, in the sense of the two-ness and the duality, and that non-dual is in that way, the point of it is in that
No, there's
way.
no point. There's no point in non-duality at all. This is completely pointless. Just to say, this entire meeting and everything that is being expressed here is completely pointless. This isn't for anybody. This isn't for you, of course. This being expressed here is not for you. There isn't anyone there that's asking those questions. There isn't anyone. This isn't for anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in the way I mean, the only danger is it's if we are what we are after in the groups in non-duality, we want it to be invest in having all of our motivation and attention in it, right? So just like with any task, if someone was filling up a balloon, and
No, I
blowing the
don't
balloon.
think you're right. There's something that you're missing here, which is that there's no any all of those intentions and ideas. They're all intention, all ideas, all attempts to control and manipulate what is simply just going is simply a total failure. There's no possibility of there being any kind of operation that's being carried out. Most of what is expressed in non-duality circles is pure dualism. It's just the same thing with words that are just words that are around what this is being expressed, what is being expressed here. But those words are completely meaningless. They're just a ridiculous sort of show that's going on. So thank you for your questions. I'm just going to move on because there's lots of people. So yeah, thanks so much, Jerry. Lee, yes.
Having said that, there cannot be, it just cannot, in nature, there just cannot be separation. But this sense of a separateness is so real. This illusory sense is so real.
Well, it seems like that, yeah.
Hmm.
It does seem like that. There is it can seem like that dream is absolutely solid in a certain sense. But real, it's a it there. What when you say real, what do you mean?
Hmm. The localized
Okay, yeah,
here-ness.
yeah.
Hmm.
So you feel that there's a center from which everything is being
Yeah.
seen from, yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
That can
yeah.
be it's a typical, in a way, typical expression of that
Mm,
illusory sense.
mm, mm. And I also know conceptually, even the here-ness, the localized here-ness, is part of, you know, the
Well, it is,
unseparate.
yeah. I mean, of course, all there is what is. There's just what is, but that doesn't really help me. Me is
No.
kind of caught in that sort of apparent dream of there being a sense of someone, and so we what can be said by me
Mm,
is that all
mm,
there is this. But
mm,
if me is there, it's just words. It's just an
mm.
expression of words, which is fine. There's
Okay.
nothing wrong with that. It's in fact,
Mm,
it is what seems to go on in a lot
mm,
of non-duality meetings is that there is
mm,
a lot of that sort of, that sort of stuff where people are expressing these words
mm,
as if there's something very important about them. There's nothing important
mm.
about this at all.
No,
There's no
no.
all of these words and these expressions are not important at all,
Mm. Even,
but they are to
yeah,
me.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah, even like the centeredness is here, but it's powerless. You know, the
Yeah.
mind
Yeah.
can be go wild, it can be, in a
Mm.
chaos,
Mm.
thought, bombast, and but also can be, really settle, really, how you say, in a peace, I guess is the word. Um, it's just simple. I should say simple. It's just the simpleness of everything, just being everything. It's just up and down, up and down.
Mm. Yeah, well, that's
Mm.
what seems to be going on there.
And the me have no control whatsoever.
No, there isn't anyone.
Mm. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Hi, Gabriella.
Oh, there I go.
Oh, there you go.
There I go.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I saw you earlier on, but then you went away. So yeah.
Well, my Zoom just sometimes I'll just do that and then it raises its
Oh,
hand,
oh, right. That's
does
clever.
it all
Yeah.
on its own.
Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, so yes, I wouldn't have been so rude to have come in right when you were in the middle of
Oh,
speaking.
no, no, you can. I mean,
But yeah,
be
not that
it.
you said anything that was of any use to anyone
No,
anyway.
it's absolutely nonsense. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I suppose I came onto the meeting feeling a little bit poorly and also it has seemed to be very in the desperately trying to make everything work,
Yeah.
desperately. Me just desperately trying to make everything work recently and being a very, very busy mind, and then you just saying quite earlier on, it's like you can't make it work, you can't make
No.
relationships work, you can't make finances work, you can't make, I don't know, dogs work. You can't make whatever. You can't make it work. There isn't anyone that can do that. There isn't anything. There isn't, and it's just like, not that there's anything here that can understand in the slightest bit, or there's no trace of resonance or anything except except there is a sort of because the message is familiar,
Yeah.
and it was just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
This is a kind of remembering.
Mm,
Everybody knows what this is.
mm,
It's absolutely obvious to that body what is being expressed here. There
mm.
isn't that this isn't some, new thing,
Mm,
if you like. I mean, it's newness. It's
mm,
always new in a certain way, but it isn't some, you know, uh, repack it. It's not a, it's not a yeah. This is something that's constantly known.
mm. And the non-duality,
Mm.
I don't mean radical non-duality, I mean ordinary non-duality.
Oh, right.
Or,
Can we call that duality?
well, I'm just saying what is on on the outside of the tin sort of thing.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so which is very complicated and confusing and
Yeah.
does tell me that um, if you just do this,
Yeah.
then if you
Yeah.
do this and
And then,
then,
yeah.
you know. But what I love about just coming here, it's there's just that there is the sense of the complete naturalness of this, of what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
Couldn't understand. I can't with this thinking brain doesn't know what the heck you're talking about. But energetically, vibrationally, like as you say, the body or whatever, there's just like, oh yeah, it's just something
Yeah.
so natural. And when you talk about, oh, there's nothing special about this, there's nothing important about this, that there's also that sense of that, because how can there be anything special if it's already all there is?
Yeah.
It can't really be anything special. It's like, well, which bit of this is more special, the left bit or the right bit? And do you know what I mean? That sort of
Yeah. No, this is as common as muck. This is
comment from
this
that,
is the
yeah.
this is all there is pretty common. Yeah.
Yeah. And me wants something.
Yeah.
So and there is, you know, I notice here there's this like the intensity that want, and it's like it doesn't want ordinariness,
No.
it doesn't want what's already there. It doesn't want that softness. It doesn't want,
No.
you know.
No, it wants something important. It wants something,
Yeah,
something really, striking that's going to make me sit up and go, oh, that's what I want. Yeah.
yeah. And it wants to make the thing work and then to have it. And
Yeah.
then because this is what I noticed about seeking. It's about having, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, having and holding. Yeah.
Having and
Having to
holding,
hold. Yeah.
having and holding, like, I'm going to get a jar, I'm going to fill it, I'm going to have something, and put it in the jar, and I'm always going to have it then. So, even just being here, and it's like, oh, it's the opposite. It's the opposite of having.
Yes, this is about loss. This is
Mm.
total loss.
And,
There isn't um, a shred of there being a holding, a retaining of something. There can't
yeah.
be because there isn't anyone to do that.
Mm.
And for me, that's devastating.
Yeah, yeah,
And at the same time, there's, there's the the resonance that it's not, there's no devastation there.
no, no,
There's just no drama. There's just like,
no.
you know, and there's the emotional, what feels like personal devastation about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I understand that. There
Yeah.
can be a sort of I think me goes through a kind of grief in a way in hearing some of this because it's the end of hopes and dreams. This
Yeah.
is the end of all of that. It's the end of there being a kind of process of where I'm going to finally, in the end, after all the struggle, get what I want. You'll never get what you want.
Mm.
Mm. Mm.
Wonderfully, of course,
Wonderfully,
because
yeah.
otherwise there would be a constant seeking and a constant grasping and a constant there's always this sort of purgatory or hell of kind of trying to find something.
Yeah. Mm. Well, I'm
Mm.
glad I came. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Mm.
Agnes, hi.
Hi, David. Can you hear
Hi.
me all right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's great. I can. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
I just want to thank you for doing the meetings. I'm just so enjoying the bodily relaxation while listening, even not always following the words, but just this resonance in the body. And
Um, it's a pleasure. Yeah. Thank you so
yeah,
much. Yeah.
and yeah, I have a question.
Mhm.
I heard another speaker talk about the struggles of the me, that there's always a struggle, that there's always something to protect from, for example.
Mm.
Then the question arose, is there a difference in how the nervous system is reacting when there's a sense of a me or not? Can you talk
I
about?
mean, the only thing that I can say is that when there seems to be that sense of contraction of me, which of course is not real, it's just what is. But when there is that sense of contraction, that body seems to function with less efficiency. There's less of an efficiency of the nervous system function or that body's function because that me is a sort of impedance in a circuit. It's a sort of resistance in that function of that body, and uh, and so yeah, I would say that the reaction or the response is slower and kind of more and more. There's not so complete an expression, if
Mhm.
you like. Um, but that really is completely confined to any specific body. You know, there are some bodies that are already, you know, it's only relative to that, but to that particular body. You know, yeah.
Mm.
Doesn't mean that there's some sort of superhuman reaction time that there is when there's no me. I mean, I'm pretty slow, you know, in
Mm.
general.
Yeah, I mean, in the context of trauma, of course, this is all like a story. It's just what is happening apparently.
Yeah.
But when there's a traumatic history of this body,
Yeah,
and this will still be in this body when there's no sense of a me.
yeah, there can be. It can be. There can be, in a way, that body will just resolve the level of tension that it possibly can. The rest is kind of scar tissue. That's it. So it's just there can be apparent scarring of the nervous system, and that just then can repeat in that body for the rest of that body that apparent life of that body. It can keep on going, but it's
Mm.
not going for anyone.
Mhm.
That's the big
Mm.
huge
Mhm.
difference is that neurosis, if you like, is not happening for anyone. It's just what seems to be happening. Dogs will have that. You know, if there's a dog that's beaten very early in its life, for the rest of that dog's apparent life, there can be a sense of contraction when you move towards it in a particular way. But
Mhm.
that's just what happens. That's just what goes on. That dog is not thinking that I need to go and see a trauma therapist and try to resolve this because otherwise I'm going to pass it on to my puppies. It doesn't have that kind of ideology at all. It's just what seems to go on.
That's a nice way to put it, yeah. And yeah, what dogs don't have are like attachment styles, is being secure, raised in a secure environment,
Mm.
and develop a secure attachment style, or unsecure or an anxious. How about that? Do you have?
Well, all of those things are stories about what it means to be a good parent and what it means to resolve trauma in a particular way or whatever. They're just stories. There's nobody that can do any of that. There isn't anybody. There isn't any. This is the other thing is that there isn't anyone to heal. The whole
Mm,
nature of when there's a sort of fixation on trauma and needing to resolve trauma is the
mm,
idea is that when this trauma is resolved, then I will be free. Then there will be freedom.
mm.
Now there can be a certain letting go of tension from the body, but that doesn't mean that me falls away.
Yeah.
That is all of those ideas about, being clean. I'm clean of all of my trauma, all of my tension, all of those things have gone. And that's the idea, the fantasy of
Mm-hmm.
resolution, of completeness. It's all
Mm-hmm.
nonsense.
All right. Thanks.
Okay, no problem.
Mm.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Sounds great.
There's just what is. All there is just this. There's just what is. This is it. This is just what is. This is immediacy. There's no one. There's no one at all.
Yeah, so nothing to work on, really.
Yes. There's
Yeah,
nothing to work on.
yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, that's the relief. Yeah,
Yeah. Absolutely.
yeah, right. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yes, Joey.
Yeah, I don't know if it comes through as a question, but I mean, once I hear the word trauma, my, healer side kind of wants to say something in that way. And I know this isn't a healing group, but yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
So is what you're going to say going to be useful to what it is that what is expressed here? This isn't about healing at all. No.
hmm. Well, I guess this is an interesting question that comes up in context of non-duality and Lord Buddha. I have a picture on one of my posters here of a beautiful Lord Buddha. I guess not to sound pushy in any way, but why is there a medicine Buddha then?
Well, I mean, I don't care actually. There's nothing here that cares about Buddha. There's no ideology of Lord or hierarchy of any kind of ideology associated with this apparent story of Buddha. This is just a story, right? It's just a
Mm.
story. It's a belief system. This is the end of belief. This is the end of all kinds of religious ideology. Yeah. Thanks. That's great. Thank you.
Okay. If no one has one, I can ask another question.
If you'd like.
Sure. I mean, so you mentioned religious ideology,
Hmm.
and in that way, I mean, the way that language functions is that there's specificity and definitions and logical meanings of words, and those are two very big, important words, and we're obviously very purpose driven.
There's nothing big or important about any word. It's just the word. It doesn't mean anything.
No, no. I mean, I go the opposite direction. I say that by the way that language is, that all of it is of importance, and supports life, and communication has to happen, can't break down. So what is it that we're trying to break down? It's not language, it's not communication, it's not
I mean,
feeling.
there's nothing here that's trying to do anything. I don't. I think that this
Yeah,
conversation that's going on there is
yeah.
kind of like it's a complete different place of where what it is being expressed here. It's like a completely different language that you're hearing. I don't know whether you
Well,
notice that.
no, I can't notice that. I'm not you, but I'm also following my highest excitement, and I'm not a bad person.
No,
So,
this is nothing to do with good or bad. It's just pointing out that what is being expressed here is completely and utterly different to what it is that you're talking about.
well, okay. I mean, you speaking for everyone, though. I mean, what, I don't
This is
completely
not
agree with
about speaking for everyone. This is just what is expressed here, which is just simply that is not understanding what this anything at all about what this is expressing. So your questions are not relevant to the conversation.
Well, but so what is it that is going on that I can't get on then? What is the
Quite simply that there isn't anyone, that all there is just this, just immediacy, just what is. There isn't anything else. There's no stories, there's no becoming, there's nothing. There's just nothing apparently happening. There's just that.
Yeah,
That's all.
yeah.
But thank you for your questions. Thank you.
Nothing, nothing apparently happening. So in that way, is it appropriate? And I agree with the desperation, to use a strong word, of getting to the realization of it, right? I understand that.
No, there's no possibility. There's no possibility you will get. There's no possibility of realization. Nobody can be realized, self-realized. There's no possibility of it. This is the end of hope. This is the end of dreams. This is the end of seeking. This is the end of all of that attempt to become. which is going on there. Thank you. Lee.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Welcome.
sorry. Yeah. Lee, yes.
After listening to your conversation, I forgot my questions.
Ah, there you go.
My brain doesn't work.
Wonderful.
Mm.
As I'm, yeah,
Mm.
this is
I just
great. This is
couldn't keep up with the listen to two men blah blah blah.
yeah, I know. Yeah. Who wants to
Couldn't
hear
keep
that?
up.
Yeah. Two women is much better, right?
I guess so. Sorry, I'll think
No
about it.
problem. No
Thanks.
problem. Yeah, yeah, sure. Hi, Lee.
I now I remember. I love the word. I love the thing you said. The body have the sense of familiarize. How you say the word? Sort of sort of feels like a home.
Hmm.
Mm,
Well, yeah,
yeah,
in a way. Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
all there is home.
yeah. It's yeah, sort of this. On one hand, it is a little bit frustrating.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, but on the other hand, it's so free.
Mm.
There's nothing. When I hear the word nothing, uh, simple, empty, it just feels so free.
Yeah. Well, I
Mm.
mean, yeah, I mean, me conjures up a whole load of kind of
Mm.
ideas about what
Yeah,
that means.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's not
Finally.
that,
Oh. Yeah,
but there
yeah,
can be a
yeah.
sort of resonance with what is being
Mm.
expressed because so, there is a sense that, there is a resonance that has a recognition of
Mm.
what is being expressed here. Yeah, totally.
Mm. Mm. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, David.
Hi.
Hi. It's so awesome that never is anything lost.
Yes. Yes. Or gained. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Johan.
Hi, David.
Hi. Hi.
Do you recognize this impossibility to carry any psychological weight? This,
I mean, there is so that there's psychological weight is carried by me. Me is what carries the weight of its psychology. It's my psychology. So there isn't any, psychological weight that's carried by anyone.
but it still can be noticed, right?
I
But not
mean, I
just
think, how do you mean psychological weight? What do you mean by that exactly?
trying to find words, but um, whereas in the past it could grab you, it still seems to be around, but you can't. I can't express. I was just wondering if you would recognize that there still can seem to be things that bother in a way, but there's no longer any way
This,
to resist that.
yeah, there's basically the basically bodies go towards pleasure and away from pain.
Yes,
They have preferences towards certain things, and that's it. They have preferences and dislikes. That's all that's going on.
yeah,
Yeah, there's nobody having any of those things. There's no psychological weight. There's just what seems to be happening.
yeah. And that could be things that are nice and less nice still,
Yeah,
no?
sure. Yeah.
But there's no longer an agenda to do something about things that are not nice in a way.
Well, there's just a natural movement away from what that body doesn't like and a movement towards what it does like. It's
Yeah,
very simple. It's just what's going on, and nobody has to do any of that or strategize about it. It's just what naturally happens.
right. Yeah. I'm trying to find words, but I think I'm failing. If we were talking about trauma earlier, and that trauma can be stored in the body in a way, and the body could still hold on for some time to it, and
Yeah, yeah.
there might be a residue that can be said to be scar tissue indeed. But as that contraction partly falls away, there's still, in my experience, there's still emotional residues in a way that come up.
Okay, so I mean, this doesn't partially fall away. That's the thing. All there is that there's just this, just in the end, this just lets go. There isn't anything left. There's just what is. There can be a seeming come. There can be these apparent moments where there is no one, and then there seems to be someone there again. You know, this kind of thing can seem to go on, but there isn't a sort of you know a piece of me that falls off, and then there's
No,
just another piece that it doesn't work. It's just the whole illusion breaks down. So there's not there's yeah I don't recognize that.
okay. I guess what I'm trying to say is that you can't any longer, well, you never could, but you can't any longer defend yourself against emotions you,
No, well, you can't control anything. There's no
right.
one to control anything
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
No,
This is,
emotions just express themselves directly. It's very direct. This is direct.
yes. Yeah.
If there's irritation, there's irritation. It just naturally, expresses itself. Yeah.
And there's muscle tension, which is combined with old emotional contractions.
Mm.
Let's go. Those emotional contractions also seem to uh, come to the surface in my experience. And I think that's what I was.
Well, yes. I mean, there can be a release of muscle tension if that's what you mean. Yeah. But
Yeah,
I mean, none of this is happening to anybody. This
of
is
course.
just what seems to go on. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not, nobody's doing any of that. There's just what seems to go on. Muscle tension can also, stay stuck.
yeah,
There isn't anything that means that when there is no one, that suddenly the body becomes, perfectly aligned and
right.
everything is, you know, that doesn't. This is not something which is about the body suddenly resolving all of its apparent tension. This is just the end of that quality which we might call me, which is just a sense of contraction.
Yes, but it wouldn't build up any extra tension, right?
Mm.
Correction
Yeah,
would be
well,
that it
yeah,
would lose tension.
sure,
Yeah,
possibly, yeah.
yeah, possibly.
I mean that just to say that it's the only me wants to understand the mechanism here.
No, I'm just trying to make sense of what's happening to.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. That we're saying the same, but there's no problem
No, no, we're
anymore.
not saying the same. We're not saying the same.
Okay. Go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, Joey.
Yeah. Amidst all of the silence, I was thinking about the maybe the silence for people has been oscillating around the word nothing. I heard that earlier, quite pronounced, and I have a book that happens to be called The Nothingness of Love, and
Please don't add your stuff on here. It's not necessary. Okay,
it's to make the
I
point.
don't, this is not an advertising space for you.
It's not
Okay, so
advertising.
please, thank you for your response.
It's
I
making a
don't need that. Thank you.
That guy goes on everyone's Zoom and tries to do the same thing, like
Oh,
roast
really?
him. Yeah, it's awful. I thought I'd let you know. It doesn't matter, but it's irritating, and it's just what it is. It's irritation.
Yeah, it's okay.
But
I didn't
anyways,
know that, but thanks, Michael. No,
I see it.
I
I
didn't
mean,
know.
we all see it, and we're that's whatever. I
It's
guess I'm
okay. It's
speaking for
just
everyone. But yeah,
there's no problem. It's just what seems to
yeah,
be happening. That's all. It's just what seems to be happening.
yeah.
Okay.
Contraction's heavy, and it's just heavy contraction.
It's okay.
And it has
It's just what it is. We don't need to, add more to
yeah.
that. It's okay. It's just what is. That's fine. There's, when there's an openness to to this to what's going on here, then that's what's going on. And when there isn't, there isn't. It's okay. There's plenty of that. It's all right.
Yeah, I love you, David.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks.
You too. Yeah.
And yeah, just I guess it's raining over here. So that's why my hood. But yeah, the contraction, I guess. Yeah, it's an illusion.
It is, yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just what is. It's just
Yeah,
a sense of contraction, yeah.
yeah,
Can be.
yeah. Thanks.
Thanks, Michael.
Hi, David.
Hi. Where
Lee.
am I? Who am I speaking?
I didn't put down on my video.
Oh,
Um,
is that
here,
Lee?
here.
Oh, that's it is.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't see your voice. Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, hi Lee. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say you're so polite.
Oh, so well,
Is that British gentlemanness?
it just seems to come out like that. Yeah. I'm not it's not yeah, it's not intentional.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Hi Laura.
Hey, David.
Hi.
Hi. Um, I have a complaint. I feel like that this it sucks actually.
Yeah, okay.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
so let me give an example. I feel that this, whatever that is not like species appropriate. Yeah, like the human being is not really allowed to live species appropriate. It feels like cats can do it, dogs can do it, trees, so to speak. But I feel the human being is not allowed to do it really.
Right, right. So what you're saying that basically you're saying there's something wrong with humans, is what you're saying.
No, yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Is that
No,
what you?
I'm open for correction. So
No, it's no. I mean, understandable, isn't it? I mean, I totally get that. It's like there's the human beings seem to be the only animal where there's a sense um of me. There's a sense
yeah,
of myself where there's a possibility for the brain to abstract a sense of me. There's a level of complexity somehow where there seems to be a point where me is abstracted. And
yeah,
yes, that seems to be a quality which apparently creates a huge amount of tension. Yeah. I mean, there isn't anything else that we know of, where that goes on. As yeah. I mean, as Tony used to say, if cats had a sense of me, they'd form a religion,
yes,
which
exactly.
he calls Catholicism.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can't I can't pronounce.
Yeah, but I get it.
But yeah, it just seems to be that's what seems to be happening. Human beings seem to form this what I see there seems to be this quality of contraction with humans. That's just what is.
Yes, and also what I think is like you point out repeatedly that the bodies are moving towards pleasure and away from
Hmm.
pain.
Hmm.
But I feel that only the human species, so to speak,
Hmm.
punishes also that very movement
Yeah. Well, yeah.
to
Well, it
some
would.
degree, let's say,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I mean, it would do in the sense that there's anything which is out of control. Me for that quality of me seems to be very afraid of. So yeah, I mean, when there is anything which apparently is out of control,
Yes.
that there'll be a contraction, a quality around that. So yeah.
Yes, and then there is this honesty also going on. Like, let's say, then somehow it's understandable that uncontrollableness can, like, let's say, sometimes bring about a sense of anxiety or fear or oh, but then even that is then covered up. Like, it's not
Yeah.
shown honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, who dares to say, oh, that I'm shitting my pants because of that or that, or like that's not really happening. Like
Mm.
I'm at least, or we are like always this.
Yes,
Yeah,
straight jacket. It's like
yeah,
a straight jacket. Yeah.
yeah.
Apparently. Yeah. It's an apparent me is an apparent straight jacket.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then energetically, but energetically, this is like I can sense that that when this expresses, there's since nothing is expressing, then there is something like this suggestion that still that's what it is. Like it's like even undermining these kind of thoughts or feelings of me, so to speak.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
piercing
Yeah.
through them, so to speak. I cannot really describe it. Yeah.
No, I understand. I mean, it's just simply what is me, and it's all of its contraction and apparent uh, tension is just what seems to go on until it doesn't.
Mhm. Mm.
There's nothing that anyone can do about it.
Yeah, that sucks again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or maybe not. Yeah.
Well, it's just what seems to be going on. There's just what seems to be going on is that there's that me is deeply focused in trying to resolve this, in trying to figure it out, in trying to identify exactly what's going on and
Yeah.
what's wrong in order to then be able to deal with it.
Crazy, huh? Tell
Yeah.
me.
It's just what it is and then is not.
Yes. But when is it not?
Well, that I mean, it's not a continuous state.
Mm.
Me is not continuous. It seems to be. All it is an appearance. It's what's apparently happening.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Imran, I think. Yeah. Hi.
Hi, David.
Hi.
First of all, I think the joke from Tony, that's really good. Probably the religion that he said, I wasn't there. Catholicism.
That's
Catholic.
that. You see, you can pronounce it better than me. Yeah. There you go.
Wanted to ask you kind of, obviously, pain, pleasure. All living species have that. Even plants have, I think they
Yeah,
call
yeah,
it
yeah.
phototropic or mastic responses. It's a characteristics of being living. Now, on top of that, we have this sophistication. Is that to do with our brain? Because our brains are clearly more sophisticated than other animals? Did we sort of extrapolate that there must be some sense of us
Well,
moving
yeah, I mean,
forward?
there's a story that sort of goes around, which can be a kind of a sense that there perhaps was a point where the human brain got to a certain point of complexity, where there was a point where there was sort of yeah an abstraction of me that sort of that sort of was expressed there. I mean, that's just a story. It's there isn't all there is what seems to be happening. But yes, there could be that story, and of course that story is effectively it displayed for in the very small child, moving into adulthood, just like it would be for sort of the appearance of Neolithic man moving into modern humans. There seems to be a sort of a parallel, perhaps. Um, and why the age-old question of why will never be answered.
Thank you. And also, you spoke of the me having an extra affinity to being its nervous system being contracted or dysregulated. That probably comes with that sophistication or that add-on of the me. It automatically leads to an attempt to resolve what can't be resolved, and with that,
Well, I mean, in a certain sense, the questions and the seeking and all of the rest of it is simply the voice of me.
of course,
It's just the voice of me. It's just what me does. It's just the expression of me. Me just does all of that. That's what goes on. It's sort of like a purge.
yes.
Yeah.
Hmm. All right. Thank you, David. Thank you.
Yeah,
Much
thank you. Yeah. Hi, Catherine.
Hi,
Hi.
just I don't know where oh, there you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's when you talked about the cats, and I thought it's much simpler for dogs. So they've just got dogma. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah,
That's all.
thank you.
No
Yeah.
question.
Very good. Very good. Thank you so much. Well, thank you guys. All that this wants to express is that whatever it is that is longed for, whatever it is that is sought for, is already what is. All there is this. All there is what is. Thank you so much. Take care of yourselves.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
Thank you.
David.
Thanks,
Take care.
Darren.
Thank you, David.
Yeah.